What's good, Panther Nation? Welcome back to Two Fans in the Stands. I'm once again your boy Tony.
And I'm once again your favorite armchair GM, CJ.
And in this third episode of Agree or Disagree, we debate if Bryce Young will be QB1 week one. Let's go. Well, CJ, how you feeling today, my boy? What's going on with you?
Hey, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I did a lot of cooking this weekend. I got a lot more cooking to do today. I got a competition tomorrow at work. So all y'all out there, Panther Nation, wish me well, and hopefully my ribs get first place.
Listen, if I was there, I'd be calling in sick tomorrow and showing up at your job with a styrofoam plate. And I might get docked my pay. I'm gonna eat good.
Uh-huh.
You feel me?
I feel you. Hey, but speaking of job, a little bit of business to get out of the way. If you haven't
Okay.
already, please hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on that post notification bell so you know when our videos come out. We are at last I checked 498 subscribers. So we're two
Yes.
subscribers away from 500, and we're another 500 subscribers away from 1,000. So if you haven't already, go ahead and help us out. We love you. We appreciate you, and we thank you for the support.
No doubt. No doubt. So let's get right to the business at hand. So, lately here, excuse me, the topic of conversation for whatever reason has
Mm-hmm.
been people up in arms about Frank Wright naming Bryce Young. I mean, not Bryce Young, naming Andy Dalton
Yeah.
QB1.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm of the mindset that that's nothing right now. I mean, they haven't
Mm-hmm.
even done anything. You want to have the rookie earn it, even though in their
Mm-hmm.
mind, he's probably going to be the starter, but you're not going to just come out and just hand it to him.
No.
So I just want Panther Nation just to calm down a little bit, let the process play out. I'm pretty sure Frank Wright, Scott Fitterer, Dan Morgan, Josh McCown, all those guys have a plan in place. So with that being said, CJ, came up. Basically, the comment is Bryce Young going to be QB1 week one?
Mm-hmm.
And so before I'm gonna go before you go, and
Mm-hmm.
to that, I say I agree.
Okay.
I agree. I believe that Bryce Young will be QB1 week one. And here are some of the reasons why I believe that.
All right.
Okay. Number one, his football IQ. Everybody has been talking about it. It's been widely known that he has a very high football IQ. He, processes well. He
Mm-hmm.
learns the playbook quick, you know. So I think that plays into an advantage for him. It also plays into an advantage for Frank Wright because he can open up his playbook completely. There's no limitations on what he can call,
Oh
whether it
yeah.
be RPOs, you know, um, running him up under from under center or a
Mm-hmm.
shotgun, or pass plays, whatever it may be in the
Whatever.
in the offensive playbook. I think it'll be completely open to him.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, his accuracy. I think that's another thing that everybody has, hammered home ever since he was his sophomore year at Alabama. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
knew and talked about how accurate he was with the ball. Even though some of his passes deep downfield may lack the strength that you want, but his
Yeah.
anticipation and his accuracy and being able to throw it into tight windows, that makes a world of difference. And when you can process like you can, and things come to you a half a second or a second faster than most QBs, that means a lot when you're playing quarterback in NFL. That half a
Mhm.
second or a second can make a difference of you completing the pass or being intercepted. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
Mhm.
I think all that plays into, again, is it plays into an advantage for him, plays into an advantage for Frank Wright and Thomas Brown because it opens up the playbook. Whether you throwing across the middle, short to intermediate, whether it's
Mhm.
play action and you want to go deep, he can get the ball out on time. You know, he doesn't stand back and you know how I like to say last year with Baker Mayfield, he ain't back there burping the baby. You know, he gonna he gonna
Exactly.
drop back, 5-step drop, put his foot in the ground, you know, and let the ball rip. So
Mhm.
I'm anxious to see what it all looks like on the NFL level. And so number
Mhm.
3 is his mobility. Now, Bryce Young is not a dual threat quarterback. Let me just say that right now. Never have been, never will be. But what he does give you is escapability. He
Mhm.
does give you that mobility that you need in the pocket to buy an extra 2 or 3 seconds or what have you. Not necessarily, you know, sometimes when the receivers aren't open in that first 2 or 3 seconds, it may take an additional 2 or 3 seconds for them to break loose and get open. He can buy
Mhm.
you some of that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mhm.
Play breaks down from around him, he can step up in the pocket. You know, if it's crashing to one end, he can move to the outside, you know, a little
Mhm.
bit. Whether he throw the ball away or throw it, you know, a completed pass, he can do that for you. You know, so basically, he's not a statue.
Yeah.
He's not a statue whatsoever in the pocket. He will take off and run every now and then, but that's
Mhm.
not his game. He's not a Lamar Jackson or, you know, he's not big and built like Josh Allen. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think he's
Mhm.
smart enough and his game is designed to fit his skill set. And up until this point, it has worked for him. So I no longer have any reservations about his mobility and the size factor. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Which we know that was always our concern was not
Mhm.
wasn't his height, it was his size.
Size.
So
Yeah.
over time I had definitely soften my stance with that. So, in anticipation, man, I don't know I don't know another quarterback that came out in this draft other than C.J. Stroud that could probably match Bryce Young when it comes to anticipation. And
Mhm.
the anticipation leads to great accuracy. When you can anticipate a window being open and getting the ball into that window before that window closes,
Mhm.
that is a hell of a quarterback. I've spoke about this for years, you know, time and time again. I don't care how strong a quarterback arm is. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about how he built like, you know, a Greek god or whatever. Can you accurately throw the ball downfield or where it needs to be? And can you throw it in anticipation? If you can't do those two things in the NFL, you're not going to be a successful quarterback. Point blank, point, you know, full stop. Full stop. And his pocket awareness. I love his pocket awareness. And a lot of that comes from uh pre snap reads. Knowing
Mhm.
where the rush may be coming from and how he can set himself up in the pocket to potentially avoid that rush and get rid of the ball, or if he need to tuck it and run it, or whatever the case may be. Like he sees things ahead of time before they play out. So I
Mhm.
think that is one thing that is great about him is definitely his pocket awareness and the intangibles. The last thing is the intangibles. These are things that you can't teach. These are
Mhm.
things that you're not going to go over in drills. These are things that's not going to happen in mini camp, training camp, preseason. These things are just naturally in you. Okay.
Mhm.
So when I look at all that, when I factor in all those things, I don't see no reason as to why he can't be QB1 week 1 when we place the Atlanta Falcons at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless if he's QB1 right now, that doesn't mean not nothing to me. I can care
Yeah.
less about that. Wait till we get some pads on, you know, playing against the defense. I mean, when it really counts, when it really starts to count. I think a lot of times people just get up in arms over anything just to cause something, to create
Mm-hmm.
controversy. It's not a
Yeah.
controversy at all. In my mind, he's QB1 week 1. So I'm gonna throw it over to you, and hey, you tell me, Bryce Young will be QB1 week 1. Agree or disagree?
You know what, Tony? I'm gonna have to agree. Okay.
Okay.
And I agree with everything you said, but I'm going to give you the condensed David Tepper version. Okay. Our owner
Okay.
is a businessman. Okay. Big business,
Big.
Biddness, big business. Okay. And
Okay.
there's a little thing in business called ROI, that is return on investment. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes,
I
sir.
agree with every word that you said about Bryce Young, all his intangibles, his awareness, pocket presence, football IQ, accuracy. If I miss one, I'm sorry, but all of that. Okay.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, this is why I think Bryce Young will be QB1 week 1. Look what the hell we gave up to get him. Okay. DJ Moore is gone. All right.
Right.
And I'm not mad at that, but I'm just saying, we got to mention this. We gave
No,
up a
you a little salty
2023
about that. Don't
second
front.
round pick, a
You a little salty
2024
about that.
first round pick, and a 2025 second round pick. Okay,
Yeah.
you don't do all of this to have that man sitting on the bench week 1. You go out and buy a damn McLaren, and you bring it home and you put it in the garage and said, nah, I'm gonna drive my Nissan.
I'll drive the McLaren next year.
Yeah, I'm gonna let the Nissan get a little bit of miles on it first, or I'm
Right.
I'm 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 gonna eat. Nah, man, let me tell you, you put that bad boy in drive, peel out that driveway, and take the hell
I'm
off. Okay.
I'm 10,000 miles away from letting the engine fall.
At- Now, but no, but real talk, y'all. Okay.
All
Like I
right.
said, I agree with everything Tony said, but I feel this is right as well. You don't you don't do all this. You don't make this
No, you're
significant
right.
jump in the draft. You don't trade away all these assets that could potentially help us in the future. And your number one wide receiver that you had up until that point, for that man to, as much as he's hyped up, as much as everybody likes him, as much as everybody has seen his tape, and his tape just shows you everything, blows you away. He's been in mini camp now, and he's done everything right according to Frank Wright. He has control of, whatever bit of the offense that they have installed so far. So
Right.
yes, that man is starting week 1, point blank, period. He's starting.
So with all that you said and I've said,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel like there's any significant importance to Andy Dalton being named QB1 right now?
I think that Fitterer and Frank Wright, they don't like to go back on what they say. They said from the jump, it'll be a competition.
Right.
Let me see. Everybody can go in there and get comfortable, have a bad few practices, get a little sloppy, feel like they got this stuff on lock and don't need to do what they supposed to do, and might find themselves on the bench. Okay.
Right.
That's the
Right.
vibe that I get from the Panthers. Like, nobody's job is safe. If you don't come out here and do what you're supposed to do, you might be riding the pine. Okay.
Right.
And I think that for the simple fact that Andy Dalton is a veteran in this league for many, many years, okay, and he has experience, he has knowledge, until they feel like Bryce is ready, they're going to name him, they're going to name Dalton QB1. Okay. But I
Right.
don't think Dalton is going to be QB1 for very long. Okay. He's
Right.
going to start
Well,
OTAs with the ones. Bryce is going to start OTAs with the twos. When we get to camp, I'm pretty sure that he'll probably still be QB1. But I predict that by the end of camp and maybe maybe like second game in the preseason, they'll name Bryce Young the starter.
yeah. Well, I answer my
Mm-hmm.
own question. I don't think there's any significance whatsoever
Mm-hmm.
about Frank Wright naming Andy Dalton QB1 right now.
Yeah.
None. Zero.
Okay.
Nada.
Okay.
Finito.
I'm sorry.
I
My
don't,
bad. Yeah, zero.
yeah, okay. I don't think Finito fits in there, but it felt good. But yeah. So that's it, man. So hey, y'all make sure y'all comment, let us know. Do
Mm-hmm.
y'all think Bryce Young will be QB1 week 1? And do you think there's any importance to Frank Wright naming Andy Dalton QB1 right now? Again, like I said, and CJ agrees with me, there's no significant importance to that comment right now. Like you
Mm-hmm.
said, we gave up too much for him to be sitting on the bench come week 1. And if everything about him is true, the way that he understands defenses, the way he quickly learns the playbook and all that,
We good.
I don't yeah, we good. I don't see no reason as to why he wouldn't start week 1.
Mm-hmm. Oh
So
yeah.
that's our 2 cents on it. And CJ, anything you want to say before we get out of here, man?
Yes, I want to let everybody know again, if you haven't already, please hit that like button, subscribe, turn on that post notification bell so you know when our videos come out. Help us help us start getting let me see, sorry, help us start getting our ROI, our return on investment. Okay, and you hit that subscribe button, that'll help us out greatly. We love you, we appreciate you, and we see you all the support. And like Tony said, let us know in the comments what you think.
All right. Well, thank you for watching. Two fans in the stands, agree or disagree. Don't forget to comment below. Let us know, what do you think? Is Bryce Young the QB1 week 1? And hey, we look forward to chopping it up with you. We look forward to hearing from you. And until then, Panther Nation, keep pounding.